So let's go into the big news, man. We talked about the New York Knicks and the LA Lakers. Obviously, the game was on the West Coast. Stephen A. Smith is a big New York fan, so he was in the building. And then there was
Oh
footage of
boy.
him and LeBron face to face courtside. And typically at that very moment, we only could speculate what happened. You could tell LeBron was a little mad. He was, in Steven's face, like, yeah, and then walked away. And then Steven shakes his head a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But Stephen A said what he said, and we're gonna go to the footage right now because Stephen A explained what LeBron said to him, and then we're gonna talk about it. All right.
Coming up to me, unexpectedly, I might add, uh, to confront me about making sure that I mind what I say about his son. Can't repeat the words because they ain't suited for FCC airwaves. That's what he was doing. That wasn't a basketball player confronting me. That was a parent. That was a father. And I can't sit here and be angry or feel slighted by LeBron James in any way in that regard. Now let me tell you what I feel. I never would speak negatively about your son. I was talking about you, meaning you, LeBron James. I have nothing but the best wishes for Bronny James. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope that he flourishes into an NBA star. Usually in other sports, we see all stars, and on occasion, we'll see their children become stars as well. That doesn't really happen with the NBA. I sincerely hope he's the exception. By all accounts, he's a wonderful kid. And I don't know anybody who roots against him, and it certainly isn't me. But in the same breath, at the time that we were talking about him, he was percolating to such a degree that the Bronny James stories had gone viral. And so we had to talk about it. And when I said the things that I said, I was talking about the position that he was put in by his dad. Because LeBron James has been on the record, and he has said, and I'll read the quote here. There was a quote that he gave in February of 2024. The work and results will ultimately do talking, no matter what the size. If y'all don't know, he doesn't care what mock drafts say. He just works, earned, not given, et cetera, et cetera. But he also had said that his son could play on the Lakers right now, and he was better than half the dudes in the NBA. In the aftermath of all of that, he instructed everybody before the draft that y'all want me, draft Bronny. Wherever Bronny is at, that's where I'll be. I'll do whatever it takes to play with my son for a year. It's not about the money at that point. My point months ago was that because of who you are, one of the top two players in the history of basketball, in my estimation, there's an immense amount of pressure that comes with that for his son. And when he talked like that and what have you, anything that goes awry as it pertains to his son, there's going to be a microscopic eye, even more intensified, on Bronny James because of his dad and what his dad had said.
So I'm gonna let you start with it. The Magnificent T. What is your take? What is your thought? How do you feel?
I mean, Stephen A was talking smack about Bronny. But like he said, LeBron told the world that Bronny was ready to ball out. He could play for the Lakers right now, and he's better than half the players in the league. Sound to me, I would have took it like LeBron just, running his mouth. I don't think he was sipping his own Kool-Aid, but that's his kid. It was okay for LeVar Ball to brag on his kids and say what all they could do. So why is it okay for LeBron to do the same? We all knew that Bronny wasn't going to come out and be jumping out of the stadium. The man had a heart attack a season ago, and he's still on that road to recovery. But we know he's talented. He's been playing basketball since he was about 6, 7 years old. So I think Stephen A was picking on Bronny, but LeBron is supposed to be a professional and see what it is. But then again, they're attacking Bronny to attack LeBron. So I kind of get it, but why have this outburst so late in the season? Instead of basically coming at these guys when they were doing it, back in August and July. And to Bronny's defense, I was telling someone earlier, Bronny has the highest sales of basketball jerseys. So everybody was crying
Top
about the
three.
money he was going to cost the Lakers, a little 7 million or whatever. He's made these guys over 80. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand why LeBron. What went down to make LeBron go after Stephen A. Last night in New York. I know he sees Stephen A. all the time, right? Was it in New York? It was in L.A., right? The
It
game
was
was
in
in
LA. It was in
L.A.
yeah.
I know he sees Stephen A. all the time. So what happened? That he basically gave Stephen A. that verbal assault, that verbal ambush.
Well, Stephen A. said it was him being a father. I can't give LeBron credit for him being the father because if he was well, he's a good father. I'm not going to say he's not a good father. I feel like he let his emotions get to him. But as somebody that played, um, and even today, sometimes my mother want to talk for me, and I'm like, "Mama, be quiet. I got this." You know what I'm saying? This is a sport, man. Your son is here, and I'm pretty sure that Bronny feels like this, like, Dad, shut the F up. All right.
But
Let
it's
me
kind
handle
of
it.
different. It's kind of different though because your mom wasn't playing basketball when you were playing basketball. So LeBron is playing ball. They're going. He gets interviewed all the time, and Bronny comes up. So of course, I mean, the man, he's only human. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I
of
agree.
course, and this with 82 games, and you got to hear this mess probably every other night. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
the outburst,
your
it's going
son,
it's going to happen. But Stephen A. is funny trying to play the nice guy role. Like, oh man, no, I'm not. I wasn't talking about Bronny per se. I don't have any issues with Bronny. It's you, LeBron. You're the one that put him out there like that. You're the one that sold him like he was, the next big thing. So, everything that he's going through, it's your fault. When we talk crap about Bronny, we're not talking about Bronny per se. We're talking about you. You know, and I think LeBron
yeah.
is like, man, leave it at me then. Why you attacking my son? Bronny's a
Well,
kid, man. We don't know how.
nah, stop,
Let me.
bro. Stop.
Okay, well, Stephen A. said he was a kid. Stephen A. said, "Oh,
I
he's a
don't
good
care
kid.
what,
He's a
like
good
Stephen
kid."
A., what he said, yes, yay and nay. I don't care what Stephen A. say. Your son is a professional athlete. He's in the league, and he has to be treated as a player. And like I said, like even Bronny at the beginning, he was like, I don't care what team I play for. I just want to be in the lead. Even though LeBron, he did the chess moves, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? LeBron did what he did. He said, I'm gonna play whatever team that my son is on because I want to play with my son. But you cannot pick and choose because LeBron is a great athlete, right? He's okay with people going after him, right? Now, isn't Bronny in the same lead and sport that LeBron is, and we can't talk anything or say anything about Bronny? That's
Well,
crazy. And just like you said that his sales, which I think is in the top three or top five, and it could be number one because it could
it
have
was
switched.
number one at one
So
time.
so people are literally buying a jersey just because it's Bronny. I don't want to say LeBron's son. So because he has a number one sales in jersey or number two or number three, between one and five at any particular time, he's making sales and he's being effective. So him doing those things, he has to be able to take scrutiny. He has to be able to take criticism. He's getting paid to be in the lead of players, and you can't be daddy daycare. What LeBron say? LeBron say, Bronny, don't call me what?
Daddy,
Daddy.
dad.
Why did he say that? Because y'all playing the game. And right now, you ain't daddy, and LeBron and Bronny ain't son because we on the same team. We in the same profession. We in the same business. So don't call me daddy. Don't be hey dad. Hey bro. Hey Bron,
so,
what's up? You know what I'm saying?
so, so when did LeBron say that you can't talk about Bronny? That's what I want to know. When did he say you can't mention Bronny's name? He never said that. He
Nah, he
just,
didn't.
man, he told Stephen A. basically this is getting old. Something went down that we're not aware of because I mean it's wild. This has been going on since, like I said, July,
Yeah.
and now it's what, March, and Brian steps to Stephen A. at a basketball
You know
game
what's
about this.
crazy? He stepped to Stephen A. and he said what he said, and Stephen A. said it was, you know, X-rated or whatever, whatever he said, cool. But when he was in the All-Star Weekend and he was talking to Jaylen Brown, what'd he say? He gave him dap. It was a light dap, but he ain't confront him. Jaylen Brown said what? Bronny's not an NBA player. So you got a heat for somebody that's an analyst and supposed to talk sports, but another player,
But but but
everybody
it
read lips. Go
but
ahead.
it's Stephen A. talking sports. Something went down that we don't know about for that man to step to him like
I
that.
agree. I agree. Well, I'm just going off what Stephen A. said. Stephen A. said that he said
I
something
mean,
about what he said in the past, or somebody said that he said. That's what he also said. He said, I didn't even say anything, but I think somebody told him I said something, which you might be right, and it might have been horrible. But at the end of the day, like, listen, if I was a child and I was a son of somebody that was in the league, I would not want my father talking for me. That's just me. And I would be mindful, and this is me now, as a parent, because I know how I was to be talking for my son. Because everything
well,
that you do, and I get what Stephen A said too. He was like, listen, everybody got my telephone number. So if there was an issue, you could have reached out, but you basically wanted to make a scene. You knew the
right.
cameras was going to be on, and you wanted to say something like you was doing something, but you really wasn't doing anything. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, he was doing something because by stepping to Stephen A. like that, anybody else that want to get outside them boundaries or whatever, it was an intimidation move. For future analysts that might want to try LeBron. You, I got
Yeah.
what he was doing, and he did do something. We're talking about it right now, so he did something. Stephen A. just tries to undersell all this stuff and make himself look so professional and
Yeah.
normal and the good guy. And I can't believe LeBron did that, but I'm a father
Well, if you,
myself.
yeah, I know. I got two girls.
Yeah,
But if you know about today's time, man, that's not gonna work. That's actually gonna make more people attack, more people respond, and more people say things. Especially with the GOAT talk, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Oh, he ain't a GOAT. He trying to defend his son. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
he
And
definitely
maybe
lost the
that's what
battle
he
with
want to
that.
do too.
He
Maybe
lost
he
the
want to
battle
do
with
that
that.
too. I don't know.
Or maybe he wants to be
So,
the
but
bad guy.
it could be. I could see that too.